The engagement with SalesRoads has been one of the most effective and rewarding partnerships that the company has ever done. They perform well, they're easy to work with, they always have transparency around their data and their performance. If we ever do run into an issue, it's highlighted and it's addressed right away. It's truly a really effective strategic partnership. When it comes to outsourced partners and opening a new market for a company, the top of mind priority is how do we generate leads? How do we build the business, build a pipeline for salespeople to go win customers and generate revenue for the company? Coming into a new market, it's a race against time. The organization has to be able to demonstrate to its stakeholders, shareholders, investors that we can open new markets successfully. The clock is ticking to generating leads and building pipeline for the sales team. I felt very strongly that doing it organically, meaning hiring inside sales professionals myself, managing them, training them, giving them the appropriate tools to be successful, was going to take quite a lot longer than it would if I worked with a partner. And that led me to SalesRoads, and it was an easy decision from there. There are a lot of companies out there that do lead generation for organizations. However, their success rate is really suspect. Some are really great for short periods of time, some take a really long time to get up to speed and operate consistently because they have maybe high turnover rates or they're not following a particular process. Choosing SalesRoads was easy because they're consistent, they have a lot of experience, and they really know how to operate lead generation tasks and activities for SaaS software companies. The success with SalesRoads is measured in a number of different factors, but fundamentally, the one metric that everybody on the executive team looks for is how many introductory discovery calls did the team book on a monthly basis. Many organizations are great at booking appointments, but they're unqualified. The prospects either don't show up for the call, or the sales reps get on the call with the prospect, and the prospect doesn't even know why they're on the call. Their success has been really around their ability to consistently, month over month, generate those discovery calls for my sales team. They've been so successful at it that when I first hired them, I did hire one inside salesperson on my team. I did that for him to handle the inbound and SalesRoads to handle the outbound. But over time, it became clear that SalesRoads tools and process and their management, the oversight that's provided, was far superior than what I could do myself. So I reorganized, let that person go, and added an additional headcount to the budget for SalesRoads. We've done a lot of other project-related work with SalesRoads beyond just go book discovery calls for us, not just in products and new markets like switching from financial services industry to the healthcare industry, but in particular, there's been a number of really big marketing initiatives that we've performed, such as a roadshow with one of our co-founders in the United States, where we have turned that over to SalesRoads to actually build that registration list to get people to come to the website and register for those workshop and roadshow events. They're not booking discovery call meetings in that case. They're reaching out, connecting with people, and convincing them to come to a live event, and they've been very, very successful at it. SalesRoads and their outbound calling and prospecting has been really critical to building our pipeline and building brand awareness for the company. The working relationship with SalesRoads is profoundly important to us because this is a new operation for the company. Everybody was new. I was hired, and then I hired everybody else who's in North America. We're working from remote offices. It was critical to me to have a partner who would be an extension of our team. They needed to feel like they were part of the team, and the team needed to feel like they could count on them as their inside sales or lead generation experts. The management and the interaction and communication with them is easy and it's frequent. We have standing meetings with them. They have a dashboard they provide of all of their activity with tons and tons of detail. It's very refreshing, the level of transparency that they provide to their client. And we went further by inviting them to our quarterly business review, our offsite sales meetings that we hold in the US every quarter. They have an open standing invitation. The process was a bit of a pleasant surprise. It wasn't clear to me during the first 30 days. I thought I would have to draft it because I had to teach them all about risk and compliance and the various personas that go into this very complicated and messy software industry in America. They were fantastic. They drafted the playbook within 3 weeks or so with multiple personas across a very complicated vertical market. And it became the gold standard for the company. The playbook was shared with the other regions around the world to be a blueprint for how they could structure and execute inside sales activities. The other regions are using internal resources just because of the difference in markets. But the Demand Generation Playbook from SalesRoads is the company's gold standard for how to do it now. They've been really great. You expect in this industry a certain level of turnover, especially in people that are getting into sales for the first time. SalesRoads' strategy for staffing is actually quite different from other companies. They seek out a type of professional who is mature, with experience, not somebody who's right out of college. I really appreciate that about SalesRoads. The team has been fantastic. They are all mature, kind, friendly, and intelligent professionals. We use a shared channel on our instant messaging application where they can communicate directly with my salespeople or my subject matter experts when they have questions that come up from prospects that they need help answering. And we share articles about the industry with each other. They're really fully integrated, and their people are on a very friendly basis with my team as well. One of the biggest highlights of our relationship together has been the migration of our inbound response from our company and our team to SalesRoads. You have two perspectives in lead generation. You have inbound and you have outbound. And it's very common to hire a vendor like SalesRoads to do your outbound activity, make your phone calls, do your prospecting for you, and book meetings as a result. But it's another thing altogether to give that vendor your inbound opportunities. The SalesRoads method and process of calling these prospects was much more effective than us doing it ourselves and doing it through just email or through mostly email. We turned it over by integrating our CRM with the SalesRoads CRM. And now our inbound leads flow into our CRM and are picked up automatically by SalesRoads. The inbounds become a highest priority for their SDRs to do follow-up phone calling. And the results have been profound. We've got a much higher success rate of booking introductory discovery calls from inbound leads than we do from the outbound.